turkey season is finally coming to a close. I think we have 2 more weeks left of turkey season here, but I think I'm officially done. I may try 1 or 2 more times if I see a turkey somewhere on camera. Other than that, I'm done. Gaffney's kind of in the same boat. She's really wanting to kill another one because she's wanting to tag out in Tennessee for the first time, and she's really close, but she just needs 1 more turkey, which this year they changed the limit, or last year I think, to 2 birds. And so anyway, we've had a super good season. We killed a lot out of state, and if y'all haven't done it already, go check out some of those videos. We have a lot more coming as well, but go check those out. But I am officially switching gears towards deer season now. So I have today I'm out here and I'm just moving some cameras around, putting out some salt, some mineral sites, and just starting to get ready for deer season. I've done a little bit of that already in the past couple of weeks. I've been doing some of that, and a couple of weeks ago we came up here and did a big burn, and I'm going to show y'all some of that now, and I hope y'all enjoy it. Well, it's been a couple days since I did an update on the pond build. We had some complications with that. We had a traco burn and just a bunch of stuff that's holding us back. So we've been working on other stuff. But today we're out here on our farm and we're gonna do some controlled burns. And this is something I've never done before. I've always wanted to do it, but my cousin Justin, he was like, hey man, I'll help you do it, whatever. So today we're out here, we're gonna try to give that a shot. And we just got done on about 3 acres getting it burnt. And now we're gonna start on the big tract. We did the 3 acres first to see how it burns and how fast it burns and all that. So now we're gonna start on the big tract, and we have about a 40-acre tract right here, several ridges and hollers, and we've got a fresh road all the way around, so we're not too worried about it jumping those. It's just dry enough where it's burning good, but not too crazy hot. So we're gonna get started on that, on this big tract, and I've got the dozer here. I'm gonna go around the edges and just make sure everything's good, no leaves on the road, and I have a couple brush piles I gotta get pushed off, and then we're gonna go to lighten it up. So we have a couple guys that's gonna go around, and we're gonna work our way around and light it from all 4 sides and see if we can get this thing burnt today. So hopefully we can get it done and have some major turkey habitat in here when this is all done. So it's gonna be nice. We have a couple big ridge tops like this that the turkeys already love, and so if we can get this burnt and get some fresh growth in there, I think it'll be everything we need. So I'm gonna get on the dozer and run around it, make sure everything's good, and then we're gonna get to lighting. Well, we had one spot right here that tried to get away from us a little bit and started crossing the road right here behind me, but I got the blower and blew into it a little bit, and I think I got it put out. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it right here. My brother Joseph Allen went down the road this way to check on it and to make sure everything was good, nowhere crossed down there, and then Curtis is running the other way on the 4-wheeler to make sure everything's good there. So I think we've got it under control so far. We've got everything lit that we're gonna light, unless we need to light something else to stop the burning. But so far it's looking good, and so far this is the only place that's tried to get away from us, but I think we got it. I think we got it under control, hopefully. So we'll see how the rest of this goes. Well, we're finally almost done here with our burn, and it's been about probably 2 or 3 hours now since the biggest part of it's burnt, but we're here just finishing up a few last things. We had one spot up here jump the road and get across a little bit. We were able to get around it with the dozer and get it put out, and we still have this big log pile here behind me that keeps burning. And so we're trying to keep an eye on it. We have this sage grass back here, and we're just trying to make sure that this doesn't keep burning and somehow get this sage grass lit up. So it's been several weeks after the burn, and we're gonna go shortly over to the burn where we did the burn and show y'all what it looks like now. For now, I'm at plot 1. I'm gonna grab this camera. This is a feeder site I've had going for several weeks, and the deer just are not hitting it like they were. So I'm gonna move the camera back here to the back behind the food plot. We've got a salt lick, a mineral site, and I'm gonna put the camera on that and see if the deer are hitting it there. So that's what I'm gonna do here today. This is plot 1, and as you can tell, it grew really well. So here in a couple weeks, we're gonna put a bean order in tomorrow, and we're gonna get out here and crimp all this wheat and clover, and then we're gonna come in and no-till beans over this. So that's what we're planning on doing in this food plot. But I'm gonna take the camera back here, set it up on this mineral site, and then we're gonna head on back and do a couple other sites, mineral sites, put some cameras on them, and then I'm gonna go show you all the burn that we did a couple weeks ago and see what it's looking like now. All right, so I got this one all done. We got some of the flame kiss from Backwoods Attraction, and also the lick and grow on the stump. And then I got my Tacticam put right here on the tree. It's a little bit closer than I like to put them, but with it being this early in the year and the deer just starting to grow back, I try to get them as close as I can, just so I can try to figure out which deer are which. I'm a little bit impatient when it comes to that, on waiting and letting the deer grow before putting out cameras and stuff. But I'm pumped, and we'll see what starts hitting this one, and hopefully soon we'll have some deer showing up on it. I'm at plot 5 now, and I made kind of a stupid mistake here. This one, the salt lick here, I put out back before the leaves came out so good. And now that the leaves are out, it's on a nasty old beech tree, and it's extremely thick, and the camera's taking a lot of unnecessary pictures of the leaves shaking. But I've got this stump on this side, big nice stump, and why I put it back here on the beech tree I don't know, but I figured now's as good a time as any. It's been here a couple weeks. The deer are starting to get used to it, and they'll probably continue to use it, but I'm going to start using this stump instead of the one behind me, because it's out in the open, and I don't think it's going to get as many unnecessary pictures, and it's a little bit of a bigger stump, more out in the wide open. I think it'll be better for all around for the camera to get pictures. So I'm going to put some minerals on that, and I'm going to put a bag of the roast or the flame kissed around it, and hopefully that'll help get the deer transitioned over to that spot. So, but as you can tell here at plot 5, we've done a lot of work, and we did pretty well everything we could do with the dozer as far as knocking trees down and getting trees out. So this coming week, once the pool's done, we'll be right back up here with the excavator, clearing this out, and hopefully get corn in the ground in the next 2 or 3 weeks on this plot. So it's going to be a huge food plot compared to what we have up here, and compared to what was here when we bought the farm 3 years ago. You know, there was no food whatsoever besides a couple quarter-acre log landings max. So now we'll have several acre fields that should help. So we're excited about it, and I'm gonna get the mineral and stuff dumped around this stump, and then I'm gonna head over to the burn next and update y'all there and see what that's. So right here is a spot. I was driving up the road. We burnt on the right side here, but on the left side we haven't burnt, and I just wanted to show the difference from one side to the other. Let me turn the camera around here and show y'all. So as you can see here, you can see probably 100 yards. I don't know how good you can see in the camera, but I can probably see 100 yards down that ridge, and I can see all the way over to the next ridge. Whereas if we come across the road here, I'm doing good to see 30 yards, just extremely thick. And both sides of the road here look just like the right side before we burnt a couple weeks ago. And behind me here is a spot that I hunted quite a bit. Plot 9 is just around the corner to the left, but I hunted this spot, and I also hunted this ridge down here quite a bit, and there was a lot of deer using it. But I think this is going to make it so much better where we burnt this into the thick cover. Just this transition here, I feel like will make the hunting a lot better. It was already great hunting, but I'm just hoping that it really helps. Also, insane difference in turkeys. We have a camera down here on the road, and the turkeys have just been wearing this area out, it seems like, compared to what they did before. So I think this burn is really going to help us, and all the new browse that's coming up should be insanely good for deer season. So maybe not this deer season, but next year and the years to come, I feel like this is really going to be a good spot. And then sometime in the future, we'll probably burn the opposite side of the road, and then transition it every couple years, and then that'll always make a transition spot right in here along this road. This main ridge road has always been good hunting. Well, I'm super excited about the way this looks, and I'm going to head on back to plot 9, and I've got a salt lick there I want to freshen up, and then I've also got a spot that I may have talked about in a video before this. I'm not sure if I did or not, but there's a ridge back here past plot 9 that I saw a lot of deer coming out of during deer season this last year. I really didn't know what was down there. I've never been down there, so I walked down it the day we did the burn, I think it was, and I found this ridge that goes out a long ways, kind of like a saddle, then it forks, and then the right side has another big saddle in it. That fork just looked like a super good spot. So last time I was up here, I put some minerals out on a stump, and this time I want to go check it, see if they're using that at all. And I'm also going to put a camera there on that fork. So I don't know if it's any good, but it just looked like a really good spot, and I know I saw deer coming up out of that spot a lot. So I'm going to try to hunt in that spot a little bit this year. And the deer we call loppy and the buck we call narrow tines was coming out of there quite a bit. So maybe we can kill one of them there this year. But I'm going to head back there now, and we'll check that out. But very excited with the growth we have coming here after this burn. I think it will definitely benefit us in the long run and be good for the deer and turkey. Just got down here to the ridge behind plot 9, which I'm going to call 9 Fork, because of the ridge that forks and everything right here. But anyway, I'm here. This is my salt lick that I came and put out a couple weeks ago. They're definitely using it, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna get this camera hung up on this tree right here, and then I'm going to freshen this one up. And I may run out to plot 7. They've really been using the salt lick at plot 7, but I'm about to run out of gas on the Ranger, so I don't know if I'm gonna attempt to go out there or not. I may try it, but either way, I'm gonna freshen this one up. I'm also gonna put some flame kist out right here to try to keep getting the deer used to using this area. Obviously they're using it, but the more activity I can get, the better. So I'm gonna put some out here. But man, I'm excited about hunting this spot. This spot right here below me here is where the ridge forks, and there's multiple good trees and tons of white oaks in here as well. So if we have a good acorn year, I feel like it'll be a good spot to hunt. But either way, there's plenty of good trees to get up in and set up. This year we're going to try to do a lot more filming, and so a lot of the trees we use this year will have to be set up for 2 people instead of 1. So it's going to be a little bit tougher finding good spots to do that, but I feel like this one's going to be super easy to do that, and should be a perfect place also in the rut to catch a buck just cruising these ridges and coming up to this intersection right here. But I don't know, we're going to give it a shot, and I'm going to put this camera out and we'll see what's using it.